Hey everybody, Stephanie here from Instant Pot Basics and Beyond, and today we're going to make some egg bites. Again, I think, breakfast is just as important as dinner, and we want it quick, fast, easy, convenient, all the things. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to use our little trick here to get things moving faster. We're going to turn this on to saute. We're going to put 1.5 cups of water in here and let that warm up while we're working on our other prep work. We also have our trivet in here today. So that's just going to work on heating up, getting things going, and we'll speed up the coming to pressure time when we get to that. So you will need some special equipment to make these handy dandy silicone molds. I will link in the description the ones that I have. I think there's several different kinds. This one was originally designed for making baby food, but I'm sure they'll probably be used way more for this instead. This is also what I would recommend using when you're making those blueberry oatmeal muffin things we made, and instead of all the individual silicone cups I'd recommend using these. They come with lids that we will also use when we put them in there. It cooks better with the lid on, and then they're easier to stack, so we can do 2 at once. So I'm actually doubling the recipe that I'm using today because I want extra in the fridge. I've got a bunch of people to feed, and it just makes it easier. I'm not following the recipe 100% as far as add-ins. So this is where make it for what you and your family are going to eat. I'm making these for these. My kids probably would not eat what I'm putting in them, but that's okay. So I just sauteed some mushrooms and bell peppers real quick. Just did a quick little cut up on them in a pan on the stove. Little olive oil, salt and pepper. And so I'm just putting, I think the recipe says, an actual measurement. I'm just putting a little spoonful in there, but you could do, I think the recipe calls for spinach and something, but you could definitely do some breakfast meat. You could do, crumbled up bacon, sausage. I would make sure that whatever you're putting in here is already cooked, just because nobody wants to eat raw bacon in their cooked eggs. But, what else could you put in here? I don't know, whatever you want. If you've got a bunch of sauteed veggies, roasted vegetables left over, chop up that and put it in there. You could do Denver style omelet with green bell peppers. You could do onions, some cooked hash browns even if you wanted, whatever. So I just put a little spoonful in each of the wells here. And try to make them even. I mean, probably doesn't really matter, but it's going to be nice to have some in all of them, right? All right, so our mixture we have here, there's several different recipes I found when making these. Some call for cottage cheese and other soft cheese. I'm not the hugest cottage cheese fan, and I don't really want cottage cheese lumps in my eggs. If that's your jam, then go for it. So this is eggs, a little bit of cream, salt, pepper, and then shredded, it's actually Romano cheese. The recipe calls for Parmesan. I didn't have Parmesan, I have Romano, so whatever. It's all the same, really. But this is one of those things where I would definitely say you want to get a wedge of cheese and shred it yourself. That stuff you buy in the canister is going to be salty and weird texture. So you can get the wedges, they last forever in the fridge. And it's so quick, you just get a microplane or all those other little tiny holes on your box grater that, if you're like me, who knows what to do with them, your great Parmesan on them is what you do. So we're going to take this, and we're going to divide it amongst here. I had planned on doing this with my giant glass measuring cup, my 8-cup measuring cup that has a pour spout, so I could just pour, but it's busy in the fridge and I didn't want to clean it out. So we're just going to do it this way today. You want to fill them about, the recipe says 80% full. They will expand when they cook. So we're just going to fill them up. So I am not really in favor of having one-trick ponies in the kitchen as far as utensils or gadgets go. It's just, I don't have room for that. So you think, man, I'm going to buy this one little pan so I can make these egg bites. Well, A, you can make lots of different kinds of egg bites in them. B, you could also just do poached eggs in them. You could just crack eggs in there and do poached eggs. Like I say, you can do those blueberry oatmeal muffin things. My kids call them muffins. They aren't really muffins, but they liked eating them and they're good for them. So, which those are also super versatile. I mean, you could use these for baby food if you wanted. You can freeze them, so if you have other stuff that you need to freeze. Another good thing you could do, oh, sorry, my nose just got my hair in my face today. Alright. Is if you make bone broth, chicken stock, beef stock, whatever, vegetable stock for that matter. I don't know the measurement of these, you need to figure that out, but, oops, jeez, making a mess. You could always put your stock in here, bone broth, chicken stock, whatever, broth. And then once it's frozen, pop them out, put them in a freezer baggie. Oh, we didn't quite make it. And then just, you know, whatever you need. Oh, goodness. Let's see, you ever do this with muffins? Like, you get to the end, you're like, oh, there's just not quite enough. So you go, like, start stealing. You're like, which one has the most? Anyhow, sorry, chicken stock. So you could totally just freeze it in here and then pop it out, and then once you know how much it is, take out what you need. Anyhow, just trying to give you an idea of other ways to use if you're going to buy these, you know, making the investment. They don't cost all that much. But alright, I'm going to call that good enough. Okay, the recipe calls for covering these with foil, but you can put the lids on them. So, and they're a mess, and it's okay. Alright, let's put the lids on. Our water over here is boiling, which is great. This is going to take much longer. I turn it off, but... Okay, we are going to cook these. Sorry, I got my head down at you. Alright, I'm going to turn it off. So lower them carefully, and it is quite steamy in there. Alright, we're going to pull the trivet out. So we're going to put it on the trivet, stick the other one on top. Alright, we're going to cook these for 10 minutes. We're going to let them natural release for 10 minutes, and then they're going to be done, and it's going to be beautiful. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Okay, well... I think we need to turn these to make sure that they'll go around the trivet handles. There we go. Alright, those fit nice and snug in there. Alright, lid on, twist. Make sure that your venting valve is set to sealing. I actually was trying to cook something the other day, and a rookie mistake, I didn't check it, and it's like shh, 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 and trying to come to pressure, and I was like, oh, it's not going to come to pressure if you don't close the valve. Alright, close the valve. It's going to be all loosey-goosey until it comes to pressure, but then after it comes to pressure, this will lock in place, the silver pin will come up, and you won't be able to touch it. So, we're going to manual. Push your plus or your minus, get yourself to 10. It's going to say the time until it knows you're done pushing buttons. It will then beep, and it will just say on until it comes to pressure. Once it comes to pressure, it will say 10, and it will count down until it gets to 0. At that point, it's going to say L, and then it will start counting up by the minutes and hours. So, once it cooks, we're going to let it wait 10 more minutes. Once that's done, we'll finish releasing pressure, we'll pull them out, and we'll have beautiful egg bites ready for breakfast. And there we go. So, we will come back in just a few minutes and see our delicious egg bites. Alright everybody, we're back. So these cooked for 10 minutes, natural released, okay it says 9, almost 10 minutes. We're going to go ahead and release the rest of the pressure, which shouldn't be a whole lot at this point. Careful when you're opening your lid, it's going to be steamy. Just set that over there. Do you know you can rest your lid in your handles? Pretty fancy. Alright, so we're going to pull out our trivet. Carefully. It's all steamy in there. never think I need my hot pens. Alright, let's start with this. Alright, so remember there's still hot water in the bottom. So the lid is caught a little bit on the trivet handle is what I'm dealing with here. Alright. There we go. Okay, so here we have it. We have beautifully cooked egg bites. Oh. So I'm going to go ahead and plop them out. Maybe. They should release just fine. Yep. There we go. Ploppity plop, out they come. So these are something that you can like I said, I'm doing a double batch. I'm gonna pop them in a container, keep them in the fridge, you know, to have all week. Or if you want, I mean, so it only took about 5 minutes to come up to pressure again because we heated the water to begin with. You know, so 25 minutes altogether. So maybe get them going. Go work on getting ready for the day, and then come back and you've got breakfast hot and ready to go. I hope that you found this useful. I hope that you've got some ideas of some ways, you know, to use these. Again, these are super versatile. Do whatever you need to do. If you don't want anything in them, don't put anything in them, and just have lots of eggs cooked and ready to go. You know, again, faster and easier than doing it in the oven. I hope you find this useful. If you do, please like, share, comment, all the things YouTube. We're on Facebook as well. Sometimes we ask for some input there. I hope that this was helpful and that you find, you know, watch our other videos to find more helpful things, and have a great day.